And the Veterans Council of Veterans, you got to know your local resource. Welcome. How you doing? My name is Tony Mims. I'm President and CEO for Veterans Council and Veterans. I want you to welcome to Know Your Local Resource. This is something I think is very important.
Tony, how are you?
How you doing, Mayor? How you doing, Mayor? We're live.
All right, good to see you. My apologies. It's I tell you, it's so interesting. I just did a podcast with the Red Cross, and we talked about the services that they have for the military. So how's that for great timing?
That is great. I should have them on if I thought about it.
I know you should, because they really have an app. It's called the Hero Care app. Okay. And not only do they provide emergency messaging, but they also provide services both for the military personnel, veterans, individuals that are returning. They provide services for the family members and for the military personnel, to understand what they're going to go through as they're reunited. So great service.
Great. And I love it. You know, one of the things about Veterans Council, you see me walking down the table, it's always about the families. And I love that, because oftentimes the family are left out of the equation.
Right.
Just here, they're doing the stuff. So I like hearing that when they come in the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, man. So I'll do a real quick intro, and I'll let you, the floor is yours. It's all about identifying the resources in the community.
Okay.
So everybody, I want to welcome Mayor Jane Castor. Mayor Jane Castor, of course, she joined the police force in 1984, which is ironic. My wife joined the police force in Plainfield, New Jersey in 1984. So I have the love for the police. And
good.
And then
Me too.
And then since she was appointed to the police chief when was it 2009, 2015, and like a lot of us out there, including myself, when you retire, you still have that big push that I can't describe it as serving the community. You got to find a way. And so you came back, and now you're mayor since 2019. And wow, do you have a lot of stuff to handle with the COVID and with the protests and riots and the elections. So, but I really believe, and I'm independent, but I think you're the right person for this job. And I'm really glad that you have taken the time out to sit there and talk to Veterans Council Veterans and the veteran community. So, no further ado, man, can you just highlight some of the resources that are available to the veterans as we head to this holiday?
Okay, would love to. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much, Tony, for all that you do for our community, and and especially for the veterans, for our military. We are a military town here. We've got MacDill Air Force Base, clearly running the most important theaters throughout the world to keep not only our country and our citizens safe, but really the world looks to us as a military power to make sure that everyone in every country is safe. So again, we are so supportive of MacDill Air Force Base and what they do with CENTCOM, SOCOM, and so SOF, and so many other groups that work out of MacDill Air Force Base, including contractors. And our DoD, Department of Defense community is very large. I personally have held a couple of roundtables to try to bring those organizations to the Tampa Bay area, so that we can get some of those out of DC and down into our community, but very supportive of not only our active military, but of our veterans too. And being a former police officer, we have a lot of veterans that are police officers and, are reservists and have been called away to duty through the years. So again, big supporter of the military, and clearly a very big supporter of law enforcement and all first responders. And then as you also alluded to, I just have service in my heart. I was born and raised in this community, and it's the greatest city in the United States. For anybody that's not residing in Tampa, you're welcome here. And sorry that you don't live here already. But those of us who do live here know that we're blessed to be here in a community that not only is a great place to live, But one of the reasons that it is a great place to live is the way that we all come together. We all come together to celebrate, and we all come together when there's an issue that needs to be addressed. And as we all know, quite often our military personnel come back with, with issues that need to be addressed, whether they're mental health issues, addiction, family issues. So it's very, very important that we provide the services that are available. We have one of the best hospitals, veteran VA hospitals in the entire nation. So we're very proud of that as well, to be able to help our veterans with any of the medical issues they have. And we have a number of resources in the community. One of them that I'm most familiar with is a crisis center of Tampa Bay. And they have helplines, and they realized some years back that, that there were veterans that may need their services. And so what they did is they employ veteran counselors to answer the phone when veterans call in. So, you have that real connection. You're talking to someone that has the professional expertise to help, but you're also talking to someone who's walked the path that you've walked. And I believe that's very, very important, just to make that connection and know that that understanding of the issue is there for you. So that is an incredible service here. We have Tampa Crossroads, another organization that I have worked with for my entire career. They also provide just a variety of counseling services and other services to the entire community, but specifically to our veterans. As VDP, assisting veterans to homeless vets, that's a big focus of ours here in the community. We are focusing on getting individuals into housing. We are planning to open up a shelter, hopefully before Thanksgiving, that will be able to provide shelter and wraparound services for up to 300 individuals from the city of Tampa. And so we're excited about that. It's been a very heavy lift, but we have an incredible team and great partnerships with Catholic Charities. And so we do focus, as I said, on providing services to those individuals that are homeless, but with a very specific focus on veterans, individuals who have served our country and then have come back with issues that have caused them to become homeless. And so not only finding that shelter, but providing those services, wraparound services that are necessary. Of course, we have the Florida Veteran Support Line. That's 1-844-MY-FLVET, MY-FL-VET. Department of Veteran Affairs, as I said before, is a great resource. We have the Volunteers of America, Florida Veterans Project. So we've just got so many different programs out there to help our veterans. We also have the Tampa Homeless and Tampa Hillsborough Homeless Initiative, and that's run through Hillsborough County. We're clearly a part of that. And they have a virtual Operation Reveille. And I've attended several of the Operation Reveilles in person, and those are specifically for homeless vets to get them housing, to get services, to get jobs, and really to get whatever services they need, whether it's medical treatment, haircuts, dental. All of those issues are addressed in these Operation Reveilles. During this COVID time, we have to clearly do those in a virtual fashion, but we have reduced the number of veterans that we have that are homeless out on our streets. So very fortunate about that. We also have great programs to help our female veterans and their families as well. Again, the Tampa Crossroads Dawning Family Services. That's another great organization that focuses on female veterans and their families. I often volunteer in programs that help women. And it's not that there's a discrimination with me, you know, more so to women than men, but anybody who's worked in public service or any kind of service organization know that if you help women, quite often you're helping the children as well. So you can reach so many individuals when you're helping women and their families. Again, the Department of Veteran Affairs and Volunteers of America, the Veterans Project. So many groups out there. I'm quite certain that you have these all listed on your website, but there are a lot of resources, and we need to make sure that everybody knows that they're out there and know that not only do we value your service and your commitment and dedication to our country, but we also understand that you may be in need when you come back, and we want to make sure that we provide the services that you need.
That's a long list. I tell you what, if I had them on my feet, I'd be working every day. You know, I'd be
Yes, you would.
Identify those. I'm glad you mentioned the female veterans, the women veterans as well. We just had on VCF, we had yesterday we had our monthly meeting. We focused on women, on the female veterans as well. So
good.
So we got that, but the families is just as important, you know, as you already know as well. So yes. I really appreciate that. And of course, you said, I know a lot of those people already, a lot of resources already personally from Reynolds with the 211
Claire is amazing.
Manage. So yes, I really appreciate that. And I appreciate you being on Veterans Council, Veterans, podcast. And, Bridget, I want to give a shout out to Bridget. Because she was right on it, I really
she keeps me in line.
I know, like my NCO, right? I was an officer. We need to instill to keep us in line. So that's
she's the NCO. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, that's where I take my orders from.
Well, yeah. So, if you have anything else before we close?
Well, also, I just want everybody to know that with the evictions, with this COVID-19, a lot of people are out of work, and that means you can't make those rent payments or those mortgage payments. Understand that there are programs available. Please go to Hillsborough County. They have their R3 programs where you can get assistance with that, and also with Career Source, where you can get training, retrained into other jobs if your field has seen a number of jobs that have gone by the wayside. So we are out there for you no matter what service you need. Understand that you have a friend here in the city of Tampa, and we want you to reach out.
Thank you, man. And in fact, next week we're going to have Bay Area Legal with Jennifer.
Oh, excellent.
So she's going to talk a lot about the evictions and stuff as well.
Good.
We know that's a key thing with the moratorium.
It is key.
And then, of course, one thing I want to mention as well, we're going to have the spring for domestic violence on both sides. Because you may have never thought about domestic violence, but with all this stuff going on, you never know. It's good to have.
There's a lot of stress.
Yes,
there is a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety, and we just want everybody to know that they are not alone.
Right.
And thank you so much for providing the information and making sure everybody's aware of the services that are available out there.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so everybody, you just got an episode listen to the Mayor Jane Castor from Tampa, and I hope you guys got something out of it. With the list she gave me, I'll be having a podcast every day, but then I'm not getting paid, so that's not gonna happen. Anyway, I hope you guys learned what was going on our community. Please, if you know something, drop a link so that that we don't know about. Good. We have SOF missions that are out there. We got a lot of people from the VCF community that are out there to help you guys out during this terrible, terrible time that we got to go through. Normally, holidays are for happy times, but again, sometimes it's just not that way. So this is Tony Williams from Veterans Council and Veterans. You got to know your resource. Tony Williams, out.